Israel uses the absentee property law to claim the lands it forced the Palestinians to abandon in the 1948 and 1967 wars. It also deploys a range of tactics to declare all unregistered lands left out by the Ottoman and British occupiers, and believed to be 2/3 of the West Bank, as possible state land. Palestinian territory, encompassing the Gaza Strip and West Bank, including East Jerusalem, has been illegally occupied by Israel since 1967. Since then, the Israeli government has established a two-tiered legal and political system that provides comprehensive rights for Jewish Israeli settlers, while imposing military rule and control on Palestinians without any basic protections or rights under international law. The Israeli government has also engaged in a regular practice of inhumane acts, as well as extrajudicial killings, torture, denial of fundamental human rights, arbitrary detention. The UN Human Rights Council mandated Commission of Inquiry (COI) on the occupied Palestinian territory (OPT), including East Jerusalem, and Israel concluded in June 2022 that continued occupation, as well as discrimination against Palestinians, are the key causes of recurrent instability and protraction of conflict in the region, according to a March 2022 report by the UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in the OPT. Israel's political system of entrenched rule in the OPT satisfies the prevailing evidentiary standard for the crime of apartheid. The Special Rapporteur determined in July 2021 that Israel's occupation since 1967 has been characterized by settlement expansion that aims to permanently alter the ethnic demographics of East Jerusalem and amounts to a war crime. The UN Security Council (SC) previously adopted a resolution in December 2016, reaffirming that Israeli settlements in the OPT violate international law. The COI reached similar conclusions in September 2022, reporting that the Israeli government's policies and actions have led to the permanent occupation and de facto annexation of Palestinian territory, likely constituting crimes under international law, including war crimes. Both the COI and Special Rapporteur have reported that this ongoing coercive environment has prevented Palestinians from fulfilling their right to self-determination and other fundamental human rights. In December 2022, the UN General Assembly requested the International Court of Justice to give an advisory opinion on the legal consequences of Israel's ongoing occupation. Palestinians are regularly subjected to violence by Israeli settlers, including physical attacks, shooting with live ammunition, torching of fields and livestock, theft and vandalization of property. Israeli security forces also perpetrate widespread attacks against Palestinians, particularly in. From the beginning of World War I, Arabs began claiming that Jews had stolen Arab land and displaced its inhabitants. In reality, 80% of the land in the region was considered state land, owned by the Ottoman Empire, subsequently the British. The next largest landholders were absentee landlords, like the Lebanese Sursuk family, who owned most of the Israel Valley. In contrast, 80% of Palestinian Arabs were impoverished peasants, semi-nomads and Bedouins, not wealthy landowners. The region was severely underpopulated, which meant the Jews were able to avoid buying land in areas where Arabs might be displaced, which they did. They sought land that was largely uncultivated, swampy, sandy, and most importantly, without tenants, like much of the Israel Valley. In 1920, David Ben-Gurion expressed his concern about the Arab Fellahin peasants, whom he viewed as the most important asset of the native population. He said, "Under no circumstances must we touch land belonging to fellahs or worked by them." He advocated helping liberate them from their oppressors only if a fellah leaves his place of settlement. Ben-Gurion added, "Should we offer to buy his land at an appropriate price. When British MP John Hope Simpson arrived in Palestine in May 1930 to report on Arab-Jewish violence and discovered the Jews were purchasing land at exorbitant rates, they Jews paid high prices for the land, and in addition, they paid to certain of the occupants of those lands a considerable amount of money, which they were not legally bound to pay. The term Palestine first appeared in the 5th century BCE, when the ancient Greek historian Herodotus wrote of a district of Syria called Palestine between Phoenicia and Egypt. In the histories throughout history, Palestine has been ruled by numerous groups, including the Assyrians, Babylonians, Persians, Greeks, Romans, Arabs, Fatimids, Seljuk Turks, Crusaders, Egyptians and Mamelukes. From about 1517 to 1917, the Ottoman Empire ruled much of the region. Palestine is a nation which is held in high esteem in Islamic history and has great significance for Muslims. Some of the major reasons for Palestine being of significance to Muslims are: Allah has named it the Holy Land and the Blessed Land in the Quran. It's mentioned in Surah Al-Ma'idah. Gaza Health Ministry says at least 5,791 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli strikes on Gaza since October 7th, including 2,360 children. One of the best ways to help is by donating cash through trusted charities and aid organizations rather than donating goods. Currently, getting aid into Gaza is complex and relies on the Rafah border crossing with Egypt. This can include writing to your elected representatives, signing petitions, and supporting political campaigns that promote peace and justice in the region. By using your voice to raise awareness about the issues facing Palestinians, you can help to bring about positive change.